All right, so let's jump right in. Today we're talking about a story that's probably playing out in towns all across the country. It's about a beloved local spot, the Defiance Pancake House. This is a place with deep roots in its community, but it's facing a very modern problem, one that's threatening to completely overwhelm its own success. This is the story of how some seriously cutting-edge AI can come in and rescue a classic American diner from total chaos.
So here's the core conflict, right, in a nutshell. On one hand, you have a restaurant that's been voted favorite breakfast for 3 years straight. It's packed, people love it. On the other hand, a complete and total digital void. No website, no online ordering, nothing. This is what happens when massive brand loyalty slams head-on into a crippling lack of technology.
So first, let's really dig into this digital deficit. To get why the problem is so urgent, you have to understand just how wildly successful this diner actually is on the ground.
And look, the brand equity here is huge. This isn't just some sleepy little spot. They're an award-winning regional powerhouse. They've expanded to multiple locations, they've brought a 72-year-old historic diner back to life, and they pull in customers from a massive 6-county area. By any traditional measure, they are a runaway success.
But that success creates its own massive problem. During the weekend breakfast rush, the entire operation just descends into chaos. Everything is handwritten tickets and phone-in orders shouted across the kitchen. This leads to dropped orders, miscommunications. It's a bottleneck that seriously threatens the very reputation they've worked so hard to build.
So how do you fix it? You can't just throw out a simple website at this problem. No way. You have to build an entire AI ordering ecosystem, a truly complete omni-channel solution designed to handle the chaos from every angle.
Okay, so the first way an order can come in is from someone at home. And instead of those boring, static PDF menus you have to pinch and zoom on your phone, customers get this high-end, interactive 3D menu. It's built with WebGL. They can see these cinematic visuals of the food, place really complex orders, and get accurate pickup times, with an AI guiding them the whole way. Now, once you're actually in the restaurant, the experience is just as slick. There are tablets at each table that let customers order whenever they're ready. They can type it in or just say it out loud. No more trying to frantically flag down a busy server. The AI is always right there, ready to take the order. Now, this is absolutely crucial. The system doesn't push out the folks who prefer a more traditional experience. For customers who want to talk to a person, the waitstaff carry these rugged, drop-proof tablets. They take the order the old-fashioned way, verbally, punch it into the device, and that order flows into the exact same digital system. This makes sure every single order is synchronized, no matter how it was placed.
And here, this is how it all comes together. Let's just take a moment here, because this diagram is the heart of the entire operation. You've got all these different inputs, the web, the table tablets, the waitress tablets, all feeding into one intelligent core. This central AI hub is what kills the chaos. It creates a single source of truth for every single order, synchronizes everything in the cloud, and then sends it off to the kitchen. It's a true omni-channel system.
And where do those orders go? Well, they're routed to specific kitchen display systems, or a KDS. The paper ticket is officially dead. Now, pancake orders go directly to the cook at the griddle station screen, and fried items pop up at the prep station screen. It's just a massive, massive leap in kitchen efficiency.
But how does the AI actually understand an order like this? I mean, it sounds simple to us, but for a computer, natural language is incredibly complex. Extra cheese and a side of bacon aren't just words, they're very specific modifications and additions.
The magic behind this is a concept called function calling. The AI doesn't just listen and guess, it acts like a universal translator, converting that spoken order into a perfectly structured machine-readable command. You can see it here in the JSON. There's zero ambiguity. The system knows exactly what to do: add a Western omelet, apply the modification extra cheese, and add the side item bacon. It's flawless data entry every single time. Okay, so we've seen the software architecture, the grand plan, but to actually build something this sophisticated, you need some serious hardware. We're about to head inside the digital forge.
So the question is, what kind of machine has the raw power to forge an entire digital ecosystem like this from scratch?
The answer is an absolute beast of a machine, a workstation-grade laptop. The Intel i9 CPU handles all the heavy compiling, and that massive 96 gigs of RAM lets the AI models actually think.
But the real star of the show is the NVIDIA RTX 4090 GPU. It's essential for running and testing the AI locally, and it's all powered by an ultra-fast 4TB SSD that enables some really incredible tricks. And one of those tricks is something called KV cache offloading. Think of it like this. The GPU has 16 gigs of its own super-fast memory, its VRAM. But that's not nearly enough for the biggest AI models out there. So with this technique, the system uses the lightning-fast SSD as kind of an overflow lot, a scratch pad for the GPU. This allows a developer to run and test these massive AI models right on their laptop, something that would otherwise require an expensive server farm. It's genius.
Okay, so that's the developer's monster rig. But what about the hardware that actually goes into the diner? The priorities here are completely different. It has to be smart, it has to be rugged, and above all, it has to be affordable.
Let's start with a baseline. A single proprietary terminal from one of those legacy point-of-sale companies can easily cost $1,500. Now, imagine you're a restaurant that needs dozens of these devices. That is a massive, often impossible upfront expense.
And this chart just lays it all out. By using modern, off-the-shelf Android hardware instead of those old proprietary systems, the upfront hardware cost is slashed by up to 80%. For a small business, that's not just helpful. That is an absolute game changer.
And this is all done by making smart, practical choices. For customer tables, you use an affordable but smooth Samsung tablet. For the waitstaff who are running around all day, you get them a ruggedized, drop-proof tablet that can survive the diner chaos. And in the kitchen, you install commercial touchscreens protected by grease-resistant cases. It's simply the right tool for the right job without that insane markup.
Finally, let's talk about the business case. Because you can have the coolest tech in the world, but how do you actually take all this and sell it to a local restaurant owner? It all comes down to the pitch. The key is a really clear, value-based pricing model. It's broken down into 3 tiers. 1, a one-time fee to develop and set up their custom system. 2, you get the hardware for them at cost. You're not making money on tablets, you're providing value as a partner. And 3, the real engine is a modest monthly retainer for software updates and AI maintenance.
And here is how you frame that monthly fee. You explain that this entire system, which is acting as a perfect cashier, an endlessly patient server, and an error-proof kitchen manager all at once, costs less per month than a single human employee. It operates 24/7 and never makes a mistake. The return on investment isn't something they have to wait for. It's immediate and it's obvious.
So we're left with this question. This isn't just a story about one diner in Ohio. It's really a blueprint for how AI can empower local businesses everywhere, preserving what makes them special while giving them the tools they need to thrive in a digital world. So the next time you're at your favorite spot, just ask yourself, are they ready for this transformation?